Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile.
Whether you're a comic book fan or not, you've probably heard of the new film, The Joker. This film looks at how the Joker became the famous villain we've grown to know in movies like Batman.
Let's put a smile on that face.
Well-known actor Joaquin Phoenix stars as Arthur Fleck, the man who will eventually become the Joker, after being mistreated and neglected by the people of Gotham City. Let's take a look at the official movie trailer and learn some new English vocabulary words and phrases while we watch. If you like this video and want to see more, click subscribe and press the notification button so you never miss more fun FluentU videos. FluentU takes real-world videos, like music videos, movie trailers, news, and inspiring talks, and turns them into language learning experiences. With FluentU, you'll gain access to tons of cool videos and audio, plus fun learning features like interactive subtitles, a built-in dictionary, quizzes, flashcards, and more. Click on the link below to find out more. You can click on the link in the description to sign up for a free FluentU trial as well. And now, let's watch the movie trailer.
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She told me I had a purpose to bring laughter and joy to the world. Hey, stop them! Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by.
What?
If you smile to your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll find that life is still worthwhile. If you
What's so funny?
just
Freak!
Gotham's lost its way. What kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? Someone who hides behind a mask.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
if you just
Wow, this film looks awesome, doesn't it? But how much did you really understand? Let's break it down using FluentU's interactive subtitles. By the way, if you want to get a PDF of these words, explanations, and examples, click on the link in the description below. It also contains some new words from the trailer that I don't teach in this video. The first phrase we're going to look at today comes from when Arthur says, "My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face."
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face.
You may be familiar with the phrase "put on" and think that it means to get dressed, like when you put on your clothes. But in this video, it means something different. If we hover our mouse over the phrase, we see that here it means to pretend or to behave in a certain way. Let's click on it for some more examples.
Put on. Put on.
The example sentences we see are, "I try to put on a smile even if I'm feeling sad," and you have to put on a good show of enthusiasm for the guests. So, in other words, Arthur's mother tells him to smile and pretend to be happy, even when he's not. The next phrase we're going to look at is it just me?
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
You might not have known that this is a phrase, but fortunately, FluentU highlights the whole thing together for us, so we know that we need to look at these words as one phrase and not individually. By clicking on the phrase,
Is it me? Is it me?
we can see that it's an informal expression. It's used to ask if other people are experiencing the same thing, and it's often used rhetorically, or to make a point. That means you don't usually expect someone to actually answer you. Here are some other examples. Is it me, or is it really cold in here? That's basically a way of just saying, it's really cold in here. Is our teacher very mean, or is it just me? Again, this is just an informal way of saying that the person thinks the teacher is very mean. Arthur says, is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there? If we look at out there, we can see that it's an expression that means out in the world.
Out there. Out there.
Let's put the whole thing together. Is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there? By breaking the sentence down, we see that Arthur is basically saying that he thinks the world is getting crazier. Skipping ahead a little further, our next phrase is get by. Here, we see that the definition means to survive.
LL get by.
Let's watch a music video that uses this same phrase. Alright, so if you get by, you survive. Another phrase that comes up in this video is to lose your way. Arthur says that Gotham City has lost its way.
Gotham's lost its way.
To lose your way is almost the opposite of get by. Let's take a closer look.
Has. Lost. Way.
Here, we can see that to lose your way is an idiom, or an expression, that means to lose your identity or sense of purpose. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Let's look at the examples. He's lost his way since he started drinking again. In other words, he's lost his identity since drinking alcohol again. And the town's lost its way because the new mayor, elected official, is corrupt, immoral, or dishonest. From these examples, we can see that a single person can lose their way, or an entire town can lose its way. This is a great expression to know, so let's add it to a new flashcard set entitled Expressions. Based on what Arthur says, he thinks that the city of Gotham has lost its identity. In other words, all the people in the city don't know who they really are anymore. Now, let's look at two last vocabulary words from the movie trailer. The first is cold-blooded. It means cruel or emotionless, not having any emotions.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
What kind of coward, a negative term for someone who is scared, would do something that cold-blooded, cruel? Based on the example sentences, we see that cold-blooded is a really strong word. That man is a cold-blooded murderer. Cold-blooded people don't care if they hurt others. It's clearly a very strong adjective. Let's add it to our list of vocabulary words. Lastly, in response to this question, what kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? We get the answer: someone who hides behind a mask. While a mask can be a physical covering that you use to hide your face, like what people wear on Halloween,
Mask. Mask.
the definitions we get here are for the specific meaning in this sentence. Here, mask means a way to conceal or hide a person's true identity. Take a look at the picture next to the definition. The woman is hiding how she really feels by changing her facial expression. So the video is saying that only someone who hides his identity would do something so cruel or cold-blooded. They must be talking about the villainous Joker. Now, let's watch the video again and see if you understand a little bit more this time.
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She told me I had a purpose to bring laughter and joy to the world. Hey, stop them! Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by.
What?
If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll find that life is still worthwhile. If you
What's so funny?
just
Freak!
Gotham's lost its way. What kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? Someone who hides behind a mask.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
if you just
So, did you understand it better that time? Could you hear the words and phrases we studied? For more practice, you can visit the trailer's main page to access the entire vocabulary list, dialogue, and quiz. Don't have a FluentU account? Simply click on the link in the description to sign up for a free trial. And if you want to learn more English with movie trailers, be sure to click subscribe and press the notification button so you never miss out on FluentU videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
you just